And we are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. I am Tara Lee Live, and I have a YouTube channel, obviously, and I also have an Instagram page if you'd like to follow me there. Please click that bell, like, and subscribe if you do. If you don't, go ahead and find yourself somewhere else. Sorry. Okay, tonight I have a special announcement to tell you guys. Oh my gosh, I have some awesome guests with me tonight, and we have this big announcement that's coming, and we will tell you about that. It's coming up. But first of all, I'd like to have my guests come on and say hello. We have High Live for today, and we also have JR Token of Cannabis and DGC. So first of all, I am going to let Hi start off with talking about a little story she had to share with me today. So Hi, welcome. You are muted, my girlfriend.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. Hi. Wow. Yeah, I have to tell you, it's not a piece of cake getting old. So, where is it? As a lot of you know, Tara Lee and I own these little Vista mini vapes. Well, when I bought mine, I bought 2 extra ones because I thought I would give one each to my sons, but I decided not to give them to my sons because why the hell should they get something for nothing, right? And they don't want to pay for them. So screw that. I decided I'm going to sell them. So on Facebook, there's a marketplace. So I took a picture, I posted it on there and forgot about it. This afternoon, I thought, oh, I better go check, see if anyone's replied, to see if they want to buy my thing. I open it up and I get a message from Facebook telling me, oh, we're very sorry. We can't post your item because it's not within the policies of Facebook. So, and then they sent me the policies. No alcohol, no drugs. Well, I don't consider cannabis a drug. I use this device to transport my medication to my body. And I thought maybe someone else would like one too. So I guess I'll have to put it on some other forum to try and sell because Facebook doesn't want me.
Well, you know who does want you? Yes, Cannabis wants you. And we would love to have you make a post on there. Tell them you've got an X vape for sale that you have an extra one of, and tell them to hit you in the direct messages.
Exactly.
No, yeah, go ahead. Feel free.
Yeah, awesome. I will do that.
That's exactly the kind of thing that Cannabis is created for, because we are tired of corporate social media telling us what we can and can't do when it comes to cannabis.
Yeah.
So it's just that simple. Yeah, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. I mean, it sucks because you put time and effort. You feel like you're doing something that's right, and now somebody has come along and tell you you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And that's wrong. That's wrong.
Their loss.
Yes.
Well, you know what? On that note, I think we should take a dab. We just missed 4:20 in Pacific time, but hey, it's 4:20 anytime because I have a clock up here that says 4:20 anytime. So I am going to take a dab. Tonight, you know what, JR, I am going to dig out some of that sample you gave me back when we were hanging out because I love to smoke things. I love to smoke things with people. Like it kind of like reminiscent, like, like when we were hanging out, having an awesome time. And another thing that's cool is I was able to smoke the same product that Hi has also had access to. So it kind of brings us closer together as a unity. And I think it's really cool. So, yeah. So cheers. I don't know what I'm smoking on. Can you tell them what I'm smoking on, JR?
It is a Cookie Crumble. And that's the variety of the flower that it was derived from. And this is a BHO extraction through a closed loop system. Done at super cold temperatures. It comes out sugary almost every time. You've had it for a while now, so it might not be as terpy as before.
Oh no, it smells really good.
It should be pretty tasty. And
no. Look at it. It's still got. Oh, that's a terrible picture. Oh, there it goes. Kind of picture. Oh, come on. There it is. Oh, see, it's still sappy in there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's still sappy. It is it smells good. I'm ready to hit this shit. It's good. What's everybody else hitting on tonight?
I am hitting that same cookie crumble flour with some cookie crumble wax that I put on the flour. It's actually more of a sugar. And that's why I like the way this cookie crumble acts as hash, is it crystallizes really easily. So it's not that really sticky. Like I can put a ball of it in my finger and I just wipe it right onto the top of my bowl. And look, my finger's clean.
Huh.
So it's not real sappy and goopy. And so that's why one of the main reasons why we grow this variety, not for the flour that it makes, but for the amazing hash that it makes. It's definitely a hash plant.
Awesome. Well, all right. Cheers, everybody out there in chat land. And I do read your comments, TSP. Welcome tonight. And Bingo Lombardi and Kathy McDonald in the house. All my
Small
friends
tubes.
are joining in tonight, and small tubes.
Yep.
Don't forget, guys, if you don't have it on live chat, you're going to miss some comments. So for the best chatting and the best fun, you're going to want to have it on live chat. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to check that out, because there's an arrow and you switch it over to live chat instead of top chat. So cheers, everyone in the house tonight. I hope you're having a fantastic evening, because I sure am with all my friends. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Cheers.
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 So, hi, tell us about the cannabis scene in Canada. I'm really curious about that.
Well, I'm not really too involved in the scene per se, because I'm just one little old lady here in Quebec. When cannabis went legal last year, it'll be a year in October 17th, I think it is. Everywhere in Canada, except for Quebec and maybe one or two other provinces, wouldn't allow the same allowances that other, like we weren't allowed to grow. You're only allowed to buy it in these.
So the federal government set down guidelines, and your province said, "Fuck those guidelines. We're going to make our own rules."
Exactly.
And then the rules that they're making are degrading what the federal policies are.
Yes, well, they're saying that, like, federally, it says that we can grow 4 plants, but provincially, they weren't going to allow anyone to grow.
And that's not being contested in court?
Well, and I was just going to say, this was just overruled in court, and it was declined, so we're going to be allowed to grow 4 plants. So
good, because it's against your federal constitution for them to deny you that.
Exactly, and that's what they said. They brought it up as being unconstitutional and blah blah blah, and so it was finally overturned. But we have a new government here in Quebec.
Yeah,
and they're really out to prove something. They're pissing off a lot of people. I don't know if you're aware of all the language issues here in Quebec. That's always been a big issue. The French and the English.
Speak French and the English thing. Yeah, that's always going to do.
And, you know, for the most part, everyone gets along. But you get a handful of these assholes, and they want to, you know, take Quebec out of Canada and be their own sovereign nation.
Happens in America every election cycle. I mean, if it's not Texas who wants to leave, it's California who wants to leave. You know, it's like, we hear that all the time. So it's no different down here.
Yeah.
We're waiting for our federal government to make a move. I don't know if it'll happen within this election cycle with the Trump that's in office, you know. But the feds will fall here soon, because there's so much big business involved.
Well, exactly. Once they realize how much money's to be made, they're going to loosen their their restrictions.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. The almighty dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
hey,
so
guys.
Now,
go ahead,
Sarah. I had one more
please,
question.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So whenever the federal government made their recommendations, was it actually somebody who got in trouble who started the lawsuit, or did the people themselves kind of?
No, I think it was just the people. Someone must have started something. I don't know the whole story, but
Interesting.
they took it to the Supreme Court and it was overturned, and so yeah. But
Good.
yeah. Anyway, they didn't say when that's going to apply, but I'm assuming as of now, I'm considering it as applied.
And
Considering
so,
I have,
what would you say the attitude of your local law enforcement is?
well, that's another thing. Yeah.
Because that really is the bottom line.
Yeah. They're trying to figure out
only laws that really matter are the ones they enforce.
exactly.
And
And
so
they still don't really have a foolproof method of testing for it. If they pull you over, they can't really, do a breathalyzer test. It's some gonna have to
impairment
be,
test.
yeah, it's going to be some other kind of a test, but I don't know what they plan on doing.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah, but you know what? It's weed. It's just a little weed. Stop persecuting us for using a God-given plant to take care of our maladies. It's
Despite all the lies you've been told.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, well.
But we're all just dumb losers who sit in our mom's basements and smoke weed all day, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm doing, aren't I?
Right. And I'm so over that
Hey,
stereotype.
hey. Well, it's okay if you're still in your mom's basement, because some people have decided to live in their parents' basement to go back to school and not have huge debt.
Hey, no.
So let's not make.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
want to make
No.
fun of the basement thingy. So just saying.
No,
Nothing
we're just
against
talking,
that.
We're
But
just
that's
talking about the stereotypical
I
stoner
know.
in the
Yes,
basement.
I know. I wanted to just point that out. I knew exactly what you guys were saying, but just in case our audience or someone was tuning in, right?
Yes,
And
no
that's
offense. Nothing but
exactly
love.
why, you guys, why I have this, why I've decided to step out of behind the shadow and come out and show my face, finally start meeting people up in the community, because I really think it's important for us to change that stereotype. We need to go out and start doing, and quit just talking about it. We need to quit flapping our gums, and we need to go out and start doing and meeting up. And the more that we show people that we are different, the more that we show people that we work hard to grow what we grow, and we really do care about the planet, or we care about others, the more that we show that, the better we're going to look. And I just want to remind everybody about that. Okay, everybody's looking at us. We gotta remember that.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you, there's a gentleman that I work with who found out recently that I use cannabis to medicate, and he came to my office a couple of days ago. And this is a guy. He is what's the correct term now? Aboriginal. He was born up north, but he served in the U.S. Army. He fought in the Gulf War. And he's just a wonderful man with all sorts of issues. He says, I can't sleep. He says, I haven't slept in like 3 weeks, like more than maybe an hour or two. So I said, you've got PTSD, right? He says, oh yeah, absolutely. I've got PTSD. Anyway, and so he says, I know that you use marijuana for your medical issues. I said, look, anytime you want, just let me know, and I'll sit down with you. I'll have you over to my house. I'll show you what to do, and I'll even help you get what you need if you want. And he was so grateful to me. And this is a man who, had he not known me, he might not have gone into a cannabis store, to ask on his own, but just by communicating, just by not being afraid to tell people what I'm doing. Because I've been doing this for 2 years now, but I've only recently started letting my circle in, telling them that, this is what I do, because I'm not embarrassed by it. And I want people to know that, it's a medicine and they can use it too. It's So I was really happy that I was able to help this gentleman. He's a sweet man, and
Awesome. Hi. That's an awesome
Yeah.
story. And we need to remember that. That's a good point, not to be embarrassed about it. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard because, being a child of the 80s, that DARE program, man, that was freaking hard on me. Like, I was so afraid to try cannabis the first time. I was one of those crazy non-believers. I really was. Go ahead, JR, you're muted. Sorry. Go ahead.
There's also the religious aspect behind it as well. A lot of people feel like they get that kind of persecution through their church because their churches are not really on board with it 100%, which I find very odd because the Jewish community is on board and has been for a very long time. And they've got, Testament and the Older Testament that they use to justify the use of cannabis. And it shocks me that the Christian community hasn't, adopted that philosophy as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a seed yielding herb. And I think, didn't God say that was good?
Exactly. It's in the Bible.
Right.
I looked it up myself because I am a Christian, and I've actually pulled away from the church since I started using cannabis because I think I've been.
So have I. Hi. So have I. I was born and raised Mormon, and my family, I am such a black sheep. They have no idea how many meds I'm not taking. Oh my God,
right.
The buckets of loads of meds that I have. I have a container load of meds, and it's ridiculous. I need to do something with them, but I hate to say that, but it's just, they remind me because every day I just think, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not on those anymore. I'm just so glad. I mean, I mean, the people that know me online, I mean, Bingo's somebody out there that's been hanging with me for a long time in my chat tonight. Small Tubes has been around me for a long time. You guys have all known, I've come a long ways. And cannabis has really helped me with that. And that's why it's really important that I really try and spread a positive knowledge and really try and spread a positive image on this and try and just help people along. Don't be so afraid of it if you've never tried it. And we're here for you.
Yep.
Oh, you're muted again, JR.
Sorry. Yeah, and I think that's a cool thing about the cannabis community is that, we are outreaching to people, and it's more about helping each other not only become like better growers, better knowledge about the medications that we buy from a dispensary, if that's what we do, how we use salves and tinctures, and we share that information with people. And when it changes their lives, like the person that I spoke to today, that's our victory. When that person is not suffering anymore, or that person is doing the things that they used to do that they couldn't do, then that's the win and that's the victory. And I think as long as we keep that in mind and we build our community that way, and that's how Cannabuzz is for us, is that we're trying to build a community of people who are compassionate and caring, who will help each other. I mean, we got a lot of brothers and sisters in places that it's big time trouble for them if they get caught growing. And so for them to reach out to people in their community to get help is not even an option. So a lot of them reach out to an internet community to get help. And that's how we can help through this channel and through other ventures in our lives, is helping these people get what they need to be better at whatever it is they're looking to be better at.
100%. I'm 100% behind that. And you know what? I know a lot of people that are in red states. I've met a lot of people behind the scenes, behind YouTube. I know a lot of people out there. And if you guys just reach out to us, I will not put your name out there. I will throw some links up here. If you guys want to come in without your camera on, you want to change your name, you don't want whatever you want your name, I invite you guys to come hang out with us after the show sometime. We'll put the link up when we have time to hang out. We would like to meet you. We would really like to start meeting the community and bringing us together. A lot of people just yap it and say, hey, let's all come get together. but nobody throws the links out there and really you're saying, come and hang out, even though you are in a red state and it's okay. You're still here to support. We're here to support you. And we haven't forgotten about you, because you know what? The shitty thing is all these vape carts I keep hearing about. I went downtown and I bought these vape carts. I have access to these vape carts. I was able to go downtown. Well, not downtown. It's an hour away, but close enough. I was able to go an hour away. I-90 Greenhouse. They have an awesome selection, awesome bud tenders. And you know what? I was able to buy one for $30, the other one for $40 in my state of Washington. I paid a hell of a tax on that, but I don't care. It's 1 gram each. You guys should all have access to that. And I look for the day that you do have access to that. I'm sorry you don't have access to this cart. I'm sorry you have shitty carts out there. The people, be aware, educate yourself what you're smoking. Be aware. There's some bad carts out there, and this is why I'm preaching this. Be aware.
Yeah, no, it's true. That's an unfortunate position for a lot of the vape companies. And I think that's a lack of education. I think people need to be educated about all the aspects of vaping and what vaping is. Because if I take this hash that was made in a closed loop system and I smoke it through this X vape right here, there's not anything in that that's going to harm me or hurt me. It's like you said, it's some of those dirty cartridges that have some vitamin E or some shit in there that's volatilizing wrong and causing people to get sick.
Yeah,
so,
that's the newest on the news, right? Vitamin E.
Right.
That's what, okay.
That
do you know? Wait. Do you know what vitamin E is? Do we know what vitamin E is? Vitamin E, which is what they found, is actually a preservative. One preservative that I used to use making cosmetics, skincare for the skin. It's a preservative for the skin. That is all that's for. Do you know why they filled it with? Because it's cheap and it looks just like oil. That's why they're doing this, and they just screwed you all. They screwed you all. If you're buying
so like
that
I said,
shit,
guys like X-Vape who make these things are having to feel the repercussions of an uneducated public. Because like I said, what I smoke in here with my hash is not the same thing that's in those dirty cartridges. So vaping is not wrong. Vaping is not bad. Dirty cartridges are wrong and dirty cartridges are bad. And they're just wanting to label all vaping as this new health caution, be aware. And rightfully so. I mean, if you're hitting those dirty cartridges, then beware.
Yep.
That's for sure.
And you know
but
what?
Don't lump all vaping in on in the same category, because it's not.
And a lot of it's the tobacco. They're taking tobacco and they're mixing the THC. They're taking those tobacco flavorings. I don't believe that tobacco stuff's good for you. Sorry, guys. Y'all think it's healthy for you. I've never believed in it. I don't smoke them. I never have. I'm not a tobacco smoker. Thank God. Thank God I didn't take up that habit, because I feel sorry for those that have, because I know I see you guys suffer with that all the time. Every time somebody lights one up, y'all want one. It's awful. I can't imagine. But
what, $6? I don't know how much it is there. It's like $6-7 a pack now.
I don't know. I have really no idea.
It's like my aunt pays $60-something for a carton of cigarettes.
It's over $10 a package here in Canada.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
How can you afford? I mean, that's like, wow. That's like almost, for the old timers, that'd be like a $10 a day habit. So that's $300 a month.
Oh yeah.
I
quit when it was $7.
You were like, fuck it, I'm out. That's too much. It was okay at $6.50, but once they hit $7,
when I started smoking, a package of cigarettes cost 52 cents.
Yeah, it was like $1.25 got you the king size Marlboro pack. And that's what I used to get when I was in high school. But my wife told me she would never marry someone who was a cigarette smoker. And so I quit. When I only was smoked for like 3 years, but I quit smoking, and it wasn't easy, dude. It sucked. Thank God I had cannabis to smoke, because it sucked.
You see, had I known about cannabis when I quit smoking, it would have made it a lot easier.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah. And it's funny, because I thought that by smoking cannabis, it might trigger me to want to smoke cigarettes. And it doesn't at all. So, because that's what someone
No,
was
it's
saying.
not.
Doesn't it make you want to smoke a cigarette now? I said, no, it's not the same taste at all. And it's not.
Not only that, you don't
It's not-
mechanically do it the same way. A
No.
cigarette, you know, like this is a cigarette. With
Yeah.
a vape, you just kind of hit it and go. It's not
Yeah.
the same kind of trigger in your brain. Yeah, and I don't recommend joint smoking either. I know there's a lot of joint smokers out there, but yeah, cannabis hasn't really been linked to cancer, but heat from joints will give you emphysema. And
Yeah.
emphysema sucks, dude. And it's because you're putting that fire so close to your lungs. You know, you're breathing in that hot fire.
Yeah.
Like I use a water cooled device. I put ice in here sometimes to cool the
Yeah.
smoke,
I do too.
just so that it's not getting, such a hot smoke.
Yeah.
Because the heat is what'll cause the emphysema.
You know, and that's another thing I think is important to mention, that people that are out there consuming cannabis, there's several different ways to consume cannabis. I do not like combustion. I don't like it. I hate it. Every time I hit a freaking joint, I hate it. However, I do like hash. Okay, so I am into the hash. We're good with hash. Absolutely, I like the hash joints. But snobby or not, but that's still combustion, and I believe combustion is still not good for your lungs. So I do believe, however, if you're taking it through water, at least you're filtering some of that out. Because shit, look how dirty your guys' water is in that shit. Nasty. Hot dabs. Someone's going in with hot dabs. Well, hey guys,
I think this is done.
should we maybe announce what we were talking about? Should
that sounds like a good idea.
like maybe tell everybody what we're planning? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I'm so excited. Okay, I have this orange shirt on for a reason. Okay. And this might be a little hint. I hate orange. I don't look good in orange. That's why. But hey, there goes Dutch dabs. But hey, so this is a hint. So we have been talking behind the scenes, and we have decided we want to try and plan our first Halloween party, our first live Halloween party on my channel. And we're hoping to maybe have you guys come in after our show. We're gonna all dress up for you and have you guys vote, and you get to vote on our costumes. But not only that, we're gonna invite you in. If you want to come on our live show, you can come on our live, or you can come on and hang out with us afterwards on Halloween, and we're gonna have door prizes and costume parties prizes. Right, JR? Tell them about what we think we got going on so far.
I guarantee that night I'll be giving away 3 packs of some amazing genetics.
Ew!
So show up. It should be a good time.
I'm so excited. I love Halloween, you guys. And the coolest thing about this is we all get to hang out and smoke and be in a sesh and not have to worry about driving home.
Right.
Or getting in a car and we're like safe. Hell yeah. And think about it someday when it's legal that we could all send our weed to one another and we could all go on and smoke it at the same time. I dream of that day when it's legal.
Of that day.
Hashtag awesome. I dream of that day.
Awesome.
So exactly. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So what are your guys' thoughts on what type of prizes? So one of the prizes I'm going to do, I have decided I personally am going to donate this Vista Mini right here in this box. It's brand new. I'm going to donate this as one of the prizes. So this will be one of the prizes. Not sure if we're going to do a raffle, if it'll be a door prize, if it'll be a costume party prize. Come up with ideas. Auction, whatever. Let's all come up with some ideas. And between now and then, you guys have a month to decide of your costume party. Oh, well, you got over a month, right? You got Halloween. So Halloween's on a Thursday night. And we're not sure on the time. We might do it at 4 o'clock. We might go for a few hours. I don't know yet. So if you guys have any ideas, anything you'd like to shout out, if you'd like to come on and show us your costume, you want to give something away, you want to donate, you got some genetics, I've got some other seeds I can get. I bet you I can get some of my regenerative crew to donate some seeds for that. That would be really cool. What else, guys? What do you think?
I think that's great. I think
Mhm.
like how long is the show total?
I don't know. We can make it up as we go. Whatever you want to do. We can
Well, I
we can
thought
talk
like
about it.
every half hour we could just give away something.
Oh hell
And,
yeah, that'd be
like
fun.
every half hour, just announce what we're giving away and say if you want it, just direct message JR Token in Cannabis or Tara Lee in Cannabis, and
Yeah,
we'll make sure we mail out your prize.
yeah, that'd be cool. I'm totally game for ideas, and if anybody else has any other ideas out there, I'm
'Cause
totally
I
happy
got
with that.
I got at least 3 or 4 packs of seeds to give away, so we could do an announcement every half hour, and then they can just hit us up or in a direct message on Cannabis, and then we'll get them mailed out to them.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. I'm so excited. Oops, Kathy. I don't know if Kathy meant to hold your comment there, Small Tubes. I don't care if people cuss. It's okay. I don't like to cuss too much on here because I don't know if I put an age appropriate on this one, but one thing I want you guys to think about is I want people to start thinking about as cannabis being used in your home and around your kids and around people becoming knowledgeable about this. Because it's important. There are people that need this medication full times to function, and our kids need to understand this. Grandkids need to understand this. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, you guys? That's why I kind
I
of don't want cussing
personally,
a lot.
I feel bad because I grew up around loggers and fishermen, so it's in my vocabulary. I cuss a lot.
No, I'm
So
okay with us throwing it out there every now and then. No,
I'll
no, 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 no,
I'll
no, no.
apologize ahead of time because
No,
I'm
no, no, no,
terrible.
no, no, no. I'm not
I'm
saying that.
awful.
No, no, no. I'm not saying that. I just don't want every other word that,
Yeah,
right?
I hear you. I
Okay.
hear you. I hear
Because
you.
I would like people be able to have, someone else in the room if maybe they're offended. They're new. Some people that are new to
Yeah,
cannabis,
no,
especially
I hear you.
religious
Yeah, hey,
people,
I hear you. Yeah,
I
I hear you.
and the more people that we can get in here, the more welcome, the more I think chill we'll all be. I just really want to form a really good tight community and step out of our boxes.
Good, me too. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do.
So
And again, I
yeah.
apologize for all my cussing.
No, I don't mean it that way. I just try not to. I am like someone that I do say fuck every now and then. Okay, do say it.
Well,
But
I have
no.
like a turn it on and turn it off. Like if I'm in front of out in the public, I try not to drop the F bomb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when
and
I'm
I
at
do.
home,
I do.
when I'm at
Yeah.
home,
Well, if you're around, like if there's like little kids, I don't know. Some kids are, their parents don't cuss around them, so I try and
yeah,
respect that, right?
I do too.
Because
I agree.
you never know. I grew up around Mormons, so I'm
Yeah,
used to like a lot of kids used to that shit,
yeah. I grew up the exact opposite of you.
I even get in trouble for saying shit
Oh,
in my
geez,
family. Yeah,
that's
that's
funny.
how my sisters are so anal. Let me tell you. I hope they're watching. I hope they're probably, they're definitely, they don't even know I have a YouTube channel. They have no
That's
idea.
hilarious.
My family
You just
has
called
no
out your
clue.
sisters.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I would love my sisters to comment below if you ever watch my videos. I bet you my dad doesn't even watch my videos.
One
Guarantee
day,
you. It would be funny.
you'll be vindicated one day.
Yeah.
My family doesn't know I have videos.
No, the next time I'm invited over, I'm gonna freaking bring in my bong and I'm gonna fucking sit on a table. There you go, me cussing. And I'm gonna fucking light that bitch up. There you go. Now you got me cussing. And I am gonna hit that bitch right in front of them all. If I'm welcome in an event, I'm welcome to smoke. So that's what's gonna happen at my next family function. So I won't go for a little bit. We need to back off.
Oh, that's great. I'd pay to see that.
I know, wouldn't you all? Maybe
Yes,
I
I
should
would.
go. Maybe I should have a live going, and I'll just have it on me, and I'll just go, bam, right in front of my dad. Damn.
We'll watch him just pass out.
Yeah, float in his face. No, oh God, no. Okay. So anyways, so off the subject, well, if you guys have any ideas for our brainstorms between now and then, we're going to come up with some ideas. We'll put them up on Cannabis. Let's put them up on Cannabis, JR. Let's announce it or on the Cannabis, and we'll leave that as our bulletin board. Cannabis is going to be our Halloween bulletin board. And we're gonna talk about that and put the information in there. Everybody that wants to donate genetics, we had Pilgor in here earlier. Thank you. He said he'll throw in some genetics. We had some other people say something. So yes, hit JR up. I am gonna let JR Token organize that. Can you do that, JR, for me?
What? Okay, what am I organizing?
You're organizing the people contacting you if they want to throw in seeds and genetics. So we have a list. So
you can direct message me in Cannabis, and I'll get back to you, and we can make arrangements to get that set up. No problem.
Yes, direct message him in Cannabis, and then that way we can get this totally taken care of.
I'll make a Halloween party post.
Yes.
And then and people can go on and say, "Hey, I'll be there," or "Hey, yeah, la la la, love it."
Perfect. Yeah, because actually, you guys, this is like we just pulled this out of our ass today. There you go. Got me really cussing today. Trucker. Okay, so we really literally, and we were talking about this today because JR and I were hanging out on here. By the way, we hang out on these things a lot, so you guys can hang out with us offline, by the way. And I said, he's like, "How are those things flashing behind you?" And I said, "Dude, they're totally redneck. Like, I totally have them. They'll change lights. Check this out. Oh, now I got them flashing. Oh shit, now I'm strobing. Hopefully none of you guys are freaked out by those strobes." But yeah, so it changes colors and all kinds of shit. So yeah, that was kind of what we were talking about today, and thought that was really funny. So I'm like, dude, we should do this. We should totally have a Halloween party, and that's how this idea started. So anyways, yes. Okay, so anything else you guys want to talk about before we get off here and let everybody out, or anybody want to jump on and say anything? I'll invite anybody on or whatever.
We haven't go ahead. Hi.
Boats was asking me, yes, this is a PAX that I am smoking on. I took it out of mothballs. I haven't used it in I don't know how long because I'm out of concentrate. And this, I thought, oh shit, I have this. I haven't used this in a while, and it still works, and it still tastes. Actually, it tastes pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it must be.
So how about a garden update from everyone? How's the garden doing?
Oh God, I have sad news.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I have sad news. Yeah, I was gonna announce it and do a live. I have mites again. Yeah, I have those damn russet mites. But last year I kicked their asses, and I'm gonna kick their ass again. And if you think about this as a farmer, okay, I'm looking at this as a farmer. I'm a regenerative farmer, okay? You normally lose 10% of your crop to bugs, whatever, anything, 10%.
Right, whatever.
Last year, I didn't lose even close to 10%.
Right.
So if I lose, I'm not even close to losing 10% right now. If I cut the plant right now and was done with what I'm going to have, it would be done. But you know what? I'm going to beat this, and I will update you guys. You guys, okay? So the product I'm using, I hate the name. First, I'm going to tell you, it's ascorbic acid, okay? It's ascorbic acid with a yeast, a type of a yeast, okay? But the product, the name sucks. If you're out there, change your damn name. The name sucks.
They're from my hometown.
It's called Nukem. I hate the name. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I listened to Kevin Jody's video last year. And thanks to Kevin Jodrey, I was saved. My garden saved because Kevin Jodrey recommended Nukem. He recommended him Nukem for russets. He does not recommend Nukem for everything else out there. Everybody thinks it's a catch-all. It is for russets. I know for a fact because it saved my garden. I used it exactly like they recommended it was applied. And I also made sure I used the wetting agent. I think that's very, very, very important. And that's what they recommend. Too many people use this stuff and then they talk shit about it and say it didn't work because they didn't use it how it was recommended. So it did work, and it is organic 100%. I sprayed it on my flower last year. I've had people smoke this flower. They have no idea. It did not change it. My flower turned out amazing that I sprayed it on. So if you are struggling with it out there, that's all I can recommend. And I am not paid by this. I'm not affiliated with them, but I just know it worked for me. And it sucks to have this problem.
You also have some colder, wet weather heading your way. That should help.
I do. And that's another thing that's going to save me, right? Because it's going to, the colder and the wetter weather coming in, it's going to save me. I agree. Yeah.
Hi, how's your garden doing? Muted. Hi. Hi's muted.
Sorry. Yeah, she's all right. She's pretty status quo. I mean, they're not going to be great big yielders, but they're looking healthy and there are no bugs on them. It's been getting quite cold actually the last couple of nights.
Is the color changing now that the colder weather's coming in? Is it changing color?
It's starting to.
Yeah. Do you got good flower sites? I mean, you got good buds there? Flower buds?
I got some little ones, but I got some decent ones.
Okay, well, we'll take care of it. We'll make sure that you get big giant trees next year. Don't worry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, and that's it,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I hit my wrong button, so I want to make sure. Sorry, go ahead, Hi.
Yeah, now that Quebec has officially, been overturned and we're allowed to grow 4 plants, I'll be able to grow like really nice big plants, hopefully. So
yeah, we'll get you into some 100-gallon smart pots with some regenerative soil.
Okay.
Well, Hi and I are very new to this. So last year was my first year in those grow beds.
Yeah.
And because I got all that new dirt last year, I actually hauled all that dirt in and everything, the soil, because it actually had additives and stuff to it.
Sure.
So I didn't add anything to it this year. And except for I tried to feed it some fish stuff, and I really starved them this year. And it's showing in my plants this year. But I also was out running around all these conferences and having fun. And it shows, my lack of gardening shows a bit this year. But I'll tell you what, I was diligent. Don't any of you think I was lazy on checking for those freaking russet mites? Because this spotting scope right here sits on my desk every day. I spot shit in my garden every day. I'm going out and picking a plant off here and picking one off there.
Yeah.
And I am spotting that for russets. And I'm telling you guys, I was diligent. I just think if you live in this area, it's going to be something you're going to deal with. It doesn't matter how diligent you are. I have predatories out there. I ordered it in. I showed everybody. I was diligent this year, you guys. I just think it's something you're just going to have to learn to deal with. I don't know.
I think that if you completely stripped out and cleaned your environment, meaning new dirt, new boxes, new all that shit, and you started your selection from seed next year, got your females, weeded out your males, then you could plant in that new environment, and I would almost guarantee you that you would not get hemp russet mites. It's bringing in other cuts from other people that give you hemp russet mites, not your local environment.
Well, You're 100% correct, except for, and this is why I'm going to argue this with you. Okay.
Good.
So
Please do.
one way I'm going to argue this is I do 100% agree I got them from clones. Okay. I've got them twice from clones. Okay. I'm not going to go and throw people's dirty name out. I'm
that's
not going to do that.
That's not
But yes,
necessary.
I've got them twice from really good growers that I thought, oh God, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we all have.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Right.
So I'm not blaming anybody. Nobody's to blame but myself. So first and foremost, thank you for those clones. I was happy for those clones. But second of all, the reason I'm going to argue with you, and this is because I was out in my garden and I'm sitting here watering my plants, and as I'm noticing, all of a sudden a big gust of wind and this big like cloud of like stuff blew in to my plants, like just scattered my plants. It was this big cloud of seeds, and what they were seeds off of the net, off of the those thistles, the thistles. And the thistles, isn't the thistle what originally Oregon or California released those bugs for originally, to kill those thistles? Am I not correct with that, JR? Do you remember that?
You might,
or does somebody in chat know?
You might be correct about that. I know that like the hemp russet mite was brought in when they were trying to eradicate out of control hemp growing in the United States. So I know that we imported them from China. As far as California's use of the hemp russet mite, I'm not that sure of.
Well, I want to say it was California that originally was using them to control invasive weeds along freeways. Exactly. And they were actually releasing these things. And that was how it became, that's how this all became such a disaster for the hemp crops. I believe this is right.
Well, I would, like I said.
So I have thistles all over. Like there are thistles
but
a mile up the road, like they are gonna blow on. So if you think about it, if they're on those thistles,
it's possible.
They ride one of those seeds in.
Yeah, no, it's possible.
That time. Okay, so
it's
last
possible.
year, I'm gonna go back and look at my photos, because I took a picture when I got hit with russets last year. I took a picture and I documented this all. I'm gonna go back and look at the dates, but I bet you it's the same freaking time, because I remember it being around the same time when they were just starting to flower. And I bet you it's from those seeds blowing in. It's that time of year that they're ready to blow in, and they ride in off of that. This is my theory. I don't know. I would love for someone to prove it.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I would almost guarantee that if you didn't bring in cuts.
Well, I know that, but no, they weren't really down there in that part of my garden. But I get, they do transfer around the yard, and I get it. But I'm gonna whip their ass. But anyways.
Yes, you will whip their ass.
Yeah.
Their asses needs to be whooped.
Yeah. Yeah, they hitch ride on flies and other flying insects.
They do. Yep. They do.
They do. You're right, Moosehead. Exactly. 100% right. Hey, Cannabis. How are you? Cannabis for Cancer. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Small Tubes, White Feather, how you doing? Moosehead, your boy, Roy Boy, my brother from another mother. Hey, my Roy Boy, your boy, he needs to be wrenched up. What the hell? How come I haven't wrenched you up? Man, he's an awesome grower, you guys. Awesome guy. Listen to his knowledge out there. Boom, boom. What's up, Small Tubes? How are you? Logan, what's up? What's up? Yeah, if you don't say hi, I can't yell out your name tonight. What's up? Yeah, your chopped liver. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Boom. Boom's in the house. For that, boom, I'll do a dab for you. This dab's for you. Coming to you, and so's this hit. Woo, let's do it. Hit this, baby. I have a headache tonight, you guys. Sorry. I'm like, I hope everything's coming in okay. I just, all of a sudden, my head is just smashing.
Ooh.
I am going to hit some of this vanilla kush tonight. And as you guys can see, I have all this flour behind me that I need to squish. I have been, I just got all my clones transplanted. I have a grow tent now. For those of you that don't know, this is my first grow. I am going to be growing inside, but not flowering. I'm only going to be using it for clones and mothers. This is my plan. We'll see. Who knows if they change. So tomorrow is my squish day. So tomorrow I will be squishing. I might even do a live. I don't know. We'll see how I feel tomorrow morning. I might do a live, show you guys some squishes, but I have done lives before. You can go back and check those out. Ting! Did you hear that lid pop? And I do want to show you guys what the damage looks like in the garden with the hemp russet mite. So either I will do that on Instagram or I will go live on here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go live on because I don't know how my internet's working out there yet. My husband's working on that. And yeah.
That's a great idea because a lot of people out there who might be having the same issues with hemp russet mites, you can't see them with your naked eye. You've got to have a scope. So you may not have that. You may not know why things are as fucked up as they are. And you'll be able to look at hers and be able to see, oh, okay, well, that's probably what's going on with mine. So it is a service if you do that. It's a service to your community.
You know, and 100%. And that's why I said I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you what's going on.
Yeah, I did the same thing on my YouTube channel because my last run was when I had my cancer surgery and all that cancer crap. And it really, it showed in my garden. I mean, it was a shit show. But this round looks a lot better. Things are progressing well.
We have a gentleman from France, Logan. I don't have the right glasses on, so I can't see.
What is up, Logan?
Logan. No russet mites.
For you, buddy.
No russet mites in France.
Oh, beautiful. I'm coming to France.
Hey, yeah, I'll be right there.
Bonsoir, Logan. Comment ça va?
Hey, Logan, I would love to have more people around the world come join us for this. We're going to have a meet and greet soon, guys. We've got Dan with us from Australia. He normally joins us. Speaking of which, how rude of me not even to say Dan. Hello, my friend Dan out there. He's had surgery.
Oh,
Dan
that's right.
Landman. Dan, my man. Dan had surgery. Dan, he is our videography guy. He is a filmmaker, guys. Go check out his film. We're going to post his link in chat here in a minute. And go check him out and go support him. That man, I think he did an awesome job on this film. I thought he did a cracking job, but he actually tore some ligaments in his shoulders and has to have surgery. And just all of a sudden, so we're going to give him a week to heal. And he said he would be back in. So he just totally messed himself up. So go give him a follow. And Dan, if you're out there, we love you. And heal up, my brother. I love you. You're awesome.
Heal up.
And you're doing good shit.
Hope you feel better, brother.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Small tubes as a survivor. Exactly. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So if any of you guys would like to join us on a live, would like to show us who you are, show your grow, have something you want to share with us, you think the community needs to know, you don't have a YouTube channel, or you want us to come follow you on your YouTube channel, please reach out to us. We would love to have you guys on. I really want to meet you guys. I'm serious. I'm not just saying this shit. I reached out to Hi on her YouTube channel. You know, don't I, Hi?
Yep.
Kathy, we're hanging out with Kathy now. Kathy did her first dab with me. I showed her how to do her first dab on here. It was so cool. And I was so thankful to do that, Kathy. I love you, my sister. Tricky, what's up?
Tricky.
Hey, Tricky. Hey, what's up, Tricky D? I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Where you been?
Tricky. Oh my God, I would love to. Tricky, I would invite you on. I know you have anxiety. I know my brother out there has anxiety. That's another reason those people in red state need to have access to this shit, because that anxiety is no joke. It is so hard dealing with anxiety without medication, without cannabis for me. It has been a lifesaver.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I don't even want to think about a world without cannabis.
oh, speaking of which, it saved my marriage. I can guarantee it saved my marriage. And speaking of which, we just celebrated our anniversary.
Congrats.
Happy anniversary, honey. I suck at remembering it. I love you. I love you though a lot.
Yeah, I've been married.
I've been
the guy.
married
31 years.
I am such the guy in our relationship. I'm the one that forgets the dates. I'm the one. Yeah, I suck.
Yeah, my husband and I have been together 37 years.
Yeah, I've been with my wife 31 years.
Yeah, it feels like 120.
Really? I hope I get to see her after this is gone. After I'm done here, on planet Earth.
Oh, right.
I hope I get to meet that chick again. She's fucking cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that.
Oh my God, she's the best. I wish you guys could meet her. She's really kind of shy.
Bring her
super
on.
shy.
Oh, she wouldn't come on. She
Oh,
wouldn't come
no.
on.
No,
Even if we
she's
weren't
cool.
live, like just in
No.
the chat.
She might
Give her
poke
time.
in and
Give her
she might
time.
poke in and say hi,
time.
but I might be able to drag her in someday. But
It takes time.
yeah, and cannabis changed her life. She had arthritis, and she has a disease called Sjogren's disease, and it causes her body's immune system to kind of attack itself.
Oh.
So she had, and one of the things that it does is it causes you to get arthritis really bad. And so her hands were really kind of crickety, and she had to wear these braces all the time. She couldn't hold our granddaughter for more than like 5 minutes without it being too painful. Couldn't change her diapers or nothing. And I got her to try some CBD flower that I had gotten. And she took one rip off it. And she's like, didn't work. And I'm like, babe, you can't just take one hit and think it's going to undo all these years of damage.
Yeah.
You got to saturate your system and give it at least a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So she agreed, and she did it twice a day. And within 7 days, the fucking wrist braces were off and her hands were moving. And she still has pain, once in a while from doing different activities.
Yeah.
But it has completely changed her life and allowed her to have a quality of life with her granddaughter that she would not have been able to have. And so it's been a really powerful thing for her. But she kind of comes from a family of persecution. They don't really
condone.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird. She's worried about what other people will think, so she doesn't like to even say that she does CBD.
Oh geez.
Isn't that so sad that people have to worry about that? I mean, it's,
right. She's not even getting high. She's just medicated with CBD flower, and she has to feel stigmatized by that.
Well, that's why my husband was weird about showing his face. He was okay with it when we were in Jamaica, right? But then he's still kind of weird about it on sometimes, because of his business and our business. We have to still think of our, livelihood and stuff. And you don't know who out there that is offended by that. And you have to be careful about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when it's legal. Even when it's legal. This is still stuff we still struggle with.
Yeah.
The other day I was outside in my office and I was smoking on my my little vape pen. And I was all alone and I had my back sort of towards the entrance of my building. And all of a sudden I hear a voice behind me going, "This is only for smokers." And I turned around, and as I turned around, I exhaled, and and it was my old boss who knows all my history and everything. And he goes, "Oh, you're smoking." And I showed him because all he saw was the smoke. He didn't see the pen in my hand. I said, "It's not tobacco." I said, "It's CBD." And just being able to say that, without feeling, I just said, "No, I'm not smoking tobacco. I'm vaping on some CBD." It was like, meh. So it was kind of cool. And I do it at work, right? So They say, "Oh, aren't you worried about how it's going to affect your job?" No. You're muted, JR.
I was gonna say it only affects me if they fire me.
I mean,
otherwise, you know, if as long as I'm doing my job,
I'm
sure,
doing my job, you know.
I'm sure it's no bother to them.
No. Anyway,
I know.
Yeah.
And you know, it's people are still they're still under the employment dilemma, because a lot of companies make you piss, you know, for employment.
Yeah.
And that is a barrier that still is something that we're trying to change laws in the state of Oregon saying that they can't
that is
can't discriminate against you. Yeah.
Well, it's an invasion of your privacy. Like, why? I don't know if it's something that they do here in Canada. Well, I know certain jobs, like, because I know my nephew told me he works for Air Canada, but I've never worked for a company that asked me to pee in a bottle. The day they asked me to pee in a bottle is the day I told them to take their job and shove it. I don't need to work.
Yeah.
Hey,
my son went through phlebotomy school, got a phlebotomist license, and applied for the Red Cross. And he told him he was a medical marijuana patient, and they said okay. And then he pissed, and the piss came up dirty, of course, for cannabis. Yeah. And so they fired him. And they said it's because they're federally funded and federally regulated. And so they fired him anyways. And it was really, I don't know, it's very defeating for him.
Yeah.
So he just kind of said, you know, screw it, I'm not going to do that anymore. And then he went to school to be a vet tech and worked in the veterinary clinic for a while, and used all that phlebotomy experience on little cats and dogs. You know.
Yeah.
So his life experience actually helped him out. It wasn't a total loss. And he did that for a while, and then he just got tired of not getting paid. So he went back to school. He went back to school.
Yeah. Cool. Oops.
Tara, are you back? She's muted. She's back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Whew. So, you know, this is kind of one of the costume ideas I had for y'all. You know,
You're gonna have to do better than that, sister.
What do you think? Does it work? I got this in Jamaica. This is one of the things I brought back from Jamaica. By the way, if you haven't watched, I did go to Jamaica, you guys. I did finally visit a grow. I sounded like I was super impressed in that video. I really wasn't. They weren't that great. I grew bigger plants than they did. Mine smelled better than they did. I really hate to say that. But anyways, I'm not going to hate on them because they're just different type of growers. They don't actually know what we know yet. And it's really sad. That's another thing I'd like to mention. Okay, internet. We need to use this for something good. We need to, there's a lot of bad things. We all know all the bad shit we can use this for. But the good stuff we can use it for, like this, is to connect with one another, let others know that they're not alone. We can educate ourselves. Education is so powerful. And I'm telling you, in Jamaica, they are so uneducated over there because they don't have access to the knowledge. You guys, I am such a better grower because I have been hanging out with all you guys online. Oh my gosh, I got a Jamaica hair. I got a dread in my eyelash. Damn dread. Anyways, so I was talking about, yes, our education system, because I was hanging out with all you guys online. The Dude Grow Shows, speaking of which, is also a very good educational program. If you guys haven't checked it out, JR Token, why don't you tell us about the Dude Grow Shows and how you're involved with them? Go for it, because some people are new. Maybe they don't even know about it. Oh, you're muted.
The Dude Grow Show is a podcast out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and it's basically set up with two programs: Wake and Bake America, which is where we do news, culture, and events. And that's basically Monday through Friday kind of thing. And then for the weekends, we do Grow Talk. And Grow Talk is a growth-centered show based on question and answering. So there's a lot of people who write in with questions, and we answer those questions online and try to give them the best educated answer that we can. So it's 2 parts, Wake and Bake America, and also, God, I'm really ripped right now. Also, we also do Grow Talk. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can find us on YouTube. You can find us through Apple, Libsyn, and all the other podcast things. But we have a really good following on YouTube right now. I think we're just over 30,000 members on YouTube. And our Instagrams, we got, I think, about 13,000 followers on Instagram.
Nice.
And we have about 1,000 followers on Cannabuzz. Yeah. Come on, Cannabuzz, get out there and represent.
I was just going to ask you. Okay, we need to set a goal. I'd like to set some goals for Cannabuzz, and it'd be really fun to have you like come in and check in with us and share all the subscriptions and stuff with us. Because like, what if we could reach a goal together and we could like get a big giveaway going as soon as you get so many people together?
Well, we're at 10. We're at 9,000 users right now. I just asked today. We're at 9,100 users. When we hit 10,000 users, I can guarantee you we're going to hopefully have something to give away.
Hell yeah!
If I have to clean this bong and give it away myself, we'll have something to give away. I'm telling you. Really though, we need sponsors. To be honest with you, to make this thing work in the long run, we will need sponsors. So, if you're have connections out there and you think Cannabuzz is a good fit, we would love to hear from you. Hit me direct messages, please.
And by sponsors, how is that, JR? So if someone was seriously thinking like they want to get their brand out there, what if they're just a really small business and they really don't understand what the marketing would be or what that would entail? Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, basically, I mean, right now we have an introductory plan where you can come in for $200 a month, and that $200 a month is going to get you a certain package, one of which is you'll have a top post in our feed. And so what that means is every time somebody logs on to their account, the first thing they're going to see is your post. So that will potentially put you in front of hopefully 10,000 users. So if you have 10,000 users or 10,000 people that look at your product, that's going to be a value to you. And then beyond that, you can start building your own community, which is what a lot of people have done, is they've created groups and they've started associations and get-togethers through Cannabuzz.
Okay, question.
And they're building their community that way.
Question. Okay, a community. I don't know about this community. We could build a Halloween community, or like what? Party?
Well, see, Rasta Jeff, he has the company Irie Genetics, and he has a large following of people who follow him. So he came on and he did some promotion and found value in it and started building his own community. And now he has a chat on there that they go on and talk about growing his genetics. He offers advice, and people get access to the actual breeder who gave them or who they bought the seeds from. So it's a value to the community. And obviously it's a value to Jeff, because then he gets all the value of having a strong community that he's built.
Very cool. Thanks for telling us about that. I didn't even know that. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, check out Irie Genetics, and his Grow from the Heart podcast is also a good one to listen to.
Cool. You know what, dude? Did we even talk about your plant that you got sitting behind you? It looks freaking gorgeous. Hey, what we got back there?
This is a silverback Mac, which if some of you are familiar with the Mac, it's the Mac that has been crossed with the Gorilla Biscuits. So we call it the Silverback Mac. And that's my mother. I just took a bunch of cuts off her, so she's kind of shaved down right now. But she'll bounce back. I'll keep, well, as we do these, I'll keep putting her in the background and we'll see what she does. But yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. And you've been doing updates on your YouTube channel, right, too? Don't forget to check out JR's channel.
Yeah. I did an update about a week ago. You'll be able to see the garden. I should be doing an update here within the next couple of days to show you the progress of all of the cloning that we did. I did a huge round of cloning. I've got about 12 or 14 on my table in solo cups, and I've got about 18 in 2-gallon pots. So that's going to be my next run. So I definitely
Dude, your cloning system is cool. All those buckets. That's awesome.
Yeah, Uncle Jim makes those cloner buckets for me.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, technically they should be black buckets, but they still root just fine.
Yeah, you could put a garbage can or a garbage bag around it if you wanted to.
Yeah,
really black them out.
I went and took a whole nother round of cuts, so I got the cloner bucket is full again.
Oh,
and
cool.
and the gray cloner is full again. These moms, it's from the seed vigor, they just keep growing and growing, and so I'm just cloning as fast as they're growing and just trying to hand out stuff.
Someone just asked in chat, what does MAC stand for?
I don't know what the MAC stands for, but if I know,
I knew, but I forgot. I'm so embarrassed because I was down there at the regenerative conference in Humboldt, and they had MAC everywhere down there in Humboldt.
Yeah,
isn't that where it originated? From that area?
I don't know where the Capulator is from, but the Capulator is the breeder.
Yeah. And what is tell a quick story on that, because there are a lot of people that have no clue what the MAC even is. You know what it is. Go for it.
I'm not 100% sure exactly.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
What was bred to create the MAC, but I do know that he did not create the MAC for commercial reasons. It was more, I think, of just a medical plant, if I'm not mistaken. And he didn't really intend for it to be like this big hype thing. But the thing about the MAC is it grows really long, elongated gland heads. And so it makes it appear as though it's like got silver hairs almost. So to the eye, it's just some of the most blingy. I mean, it's just some of the most ridiculous looking shit you've ever seen. But it's not, that doesn't necessarily make it, a great variety. I've smoked it several times and I've seen it win cups here.
Yes, that's what it is.
And
Miracle Alien Cookies.
Okay.
Miracle Alien Cookies. Thank you, Ned. Yes, that's what it does stand for. But I also heard it stood for something else. There's also one other one out there that someone's saying that it also stands for. So there's one more. So go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, so it's a great. We had it win cups and stuff like that. It's the smell profile is amazing, all that stuff. But yeah, it's not a great hash variety. It's not a great hash for making hash. I'm not sure you're going to see a lot of the MAC concentrates. I could be wrong.
Honestly, I just feel like it's a fad. Like, it's just like we kind of go through those things, right? Like this is popular for a while. The Blue Dream on the coast was popular for a while. Then the Gorilla Cookies. Yeah. Now the MAC's kind of the next one. What do you think the next one's going to be?
Not sure, because it's such a diluted market right now. It's getting harder and harder to be that one, because there's a lot of that ones out there right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because there's so many new breeders in the market now that it's becoming above board, and people are realizing they got to start showing their faces and they got to come out and show themselves so they can start selling these seeds.
Right, but branding.
They gotta do this. Except for Capulator, he doesn't have to show his face. I don't know. That was a little weird. But
I don't hate on him for that. I think that he has the right to his privacy. And if all this hype that's been created makes him socially uncomfortable, maybe that's the only way he feels comfortable approaching that many people.
You know what? It's just not my thing, so I don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with Kaya and get seeds from him. I'm gonna go over to Josh's and get cuts from him, like this beautiful cultivar, which I have right here, which is right there, you guys. That's that variegated leaf right there. Here, let me blow that up. Here, let me change camera angles for you all. Here you go. So check that out. There's that variegated leaf. Can y'all see that? Is that coming in good? So there's that variegated leaf that I got from Dutch Blooms. This is that clone that I took. And it started flowering, unfortunately, and it also has a couple of seeds on it. So it got pollinated from something. And it's because I am not meaning it to actually flower. So I'm going to re-veg this and see what it does. So we'll see. This will be my first re-veg attempt of a plant that is this size. And we're going to go on a ride and see what we do. Cause I've never done it. So here we go. Learn with me. I guess JR Token's going to have to be my guide.
Well, okay.
My growing guide.
I could help you out with that re-veg. Just put it back in 18 and 6. You might have to trim it down a little bit.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden in those lower flowers, you'll get shoots that'll start coming out. And those new shoots will be the new vegetation, and then you'll be able to clone off of that. It's called monster cropping. If you want to look it up online, it's called monster cropping. So that's basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to kind of trim her down a little bit and then put her into veg cycle. And it may not feed aggressively in the beginning. Might not feed heavy at all. So be careful, don't overfeed it.
Okay,
because
cool.
it's going to be in a state of shock, and it's got to regenerate itself.
Okay, so right now I've been really lazy, and I shouldn't tell you all this, but I threw my clones and everything in 24-hour lighting. Is that really, really bad?
So your plants need to sleep. Yeah, it's not. I mean, people do it all the time, and there's a big debate about it. But there's biological functions that happen in your root zone and your medium at nighttime in your plant that affects its health and its vigor, and so it does need at least 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Okay, I have a timer. I've just been lazy. Okay, I will go do that this week, and we'll see how much better my plants look. I'll keep you posted.
Most people do 18 and 6, and
okay.
It's a lot less stressful on your light bill, and it's a lot less stressful on your plants.
Okay, very good to know. Thank you for that knowledge.
I mean, just think about it. Just think of it from a biological standpoint. If you were put in a room with the lights shining bright on you all the time, and you were expected to perform constantly without any sleep ever, how would you feel?
Great point. You know what? I love the point that you bring that up, because I have this argument about men and people being healthy and what they put into their body. More of you guys are worried about what goes in your plant than you do what goes in your own body. Like kombucha. Yeah. Kombucha is very important. It's like probiotic shit for your gut. It's good for your digestive tract. You all need to check into it. I'm serious. Sorry for the lecture. But if you want to be healthy and you're going to put a healthy plant, you might as well consume healthy things too.
That's, since I've done this cancer thing, my colon cancer thing, I've changed my eating lifestyle. And I don't eat chemical food.
Tell me about your diet, what you've changed, because I'm really interested in that.
Okay, so I do what's called the Whole30 program, and it allows me to eat meat, vegetables, fruit, seeds, nuts, and eggs, and that's it. So that's no dairy, no gluten, no pasta, none of that, cheese, none of that stuff. It's only those items. And I can sustain those items organically and healthy in a way that I'm not going to be putting in a bunch of bizarre chemicals in my body. because those bizarre chemicals, I think, led a huge factor into why I got cancer in the first place. So if I eat and I change my lifestyle to a healthier lifestyle by following this program, and the program really is designed for people to find out if they're taking in something that is causing them to have an adverse reaction like eczema or acne or, whatever. They may be having these symptoms and it's from what they're eating, what their chemicals they're putting in their body. And so this food program is kind of designed to strip all that shit out. So you're dealing with just raw foods and raw ingredients. And the program allows you to add things onto your diet as you go along to see if you can tolerate those things. So like I choose 2 things a month that I can usually have, and it's usually like rice, or I'll substitute beans, like refried beans, and so I can have gluten-free shit. And if I substitute, because see, the program doesn't let you have legumes or beans, which is why you can't have peanuts. So I have to have that as my one thing, what I think is one of my 2 things that I, what I do. The thing that really kills me the most, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, is caffeinated beverages. I am just a sucker for those mocha frappuccinos and all that Starbucks coffee shit, and it's full of sugar and I'm not supposed to have it, but it's probably the greatest weakness that causes me troubles, because I can have coffee and tea, but I'm not allowed to have any kind of sweetener, not even honey. So to drink coffee black like my dad used to drink it, it's awful to me. I can't do it without all the yummy good cream and sugar and chocolate. What the hell?
Oh, you see,
Okay, so
and that's the way I drink my coffee. I drink it black. I used to put sugar and cream and stuff in it. I can't do that anymore. I have to drink it black, or it gives me heartburn.
Really? And so what about like tea? Do you put sugar in your tea?
I've never put sugar in my tea. I always drink my tea just with a little bit of skim milk.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
okay, so
Go ahead.
I have switched to drinking coffee. I try and limit myself to 1 a day, but sometimes 2, because we have like a Keurig machine, which makes it really convenient. I tell you, that has been the worst thing, is having that Keurig for me, because it's so convenient. And I love honey. I love honey, and I love heavy cream. Okay, so I use heavy cream and honey, and I go through so much honey. I need to go find organic honey. If anybody is in my chat, you sell honey or organic, I need a 5-gallon pill. Like, I'm seriously ready to go buy a 5-gallon pill.
I got like
love
a jar,
honey.
a jar like this full of honey from my nephew's farm. I'll give it to you as soon as I see you next.
Oh my God, I love honey. I'm just addicted
Yeah, he
to
gifted
it.
me. He gifted me this honey that came from his farm, and I can't even eat it.
Oh God, I'm so addicted to it. So I would like to tell everybody out there, try and go without sugar for a couple of weeks and just see if it does anything to your body. Try one thing at a time. Maybe go without caffeine, 1 week at a time. Just try little things. Don't go and change your whole freaking diet, or you're never going to know what worked or what didn't.
Right.
That's another thing that
that's kind of why I like the Whole30, is because it's really stripped down. It's not like, oh, I got to count calories for this thing and weigh that, or I got to like do these points with Weight Watchers. I have 15 points. It's none of that shit. It's just, you can eat this or you can't eat it. And it's, kind of on you to control your portions. You know what I mean?
How long have you been following this diet now?
4 months, 4 or 5 months.
Are you losing weight on it?
I've lost 36 pounds, almost 40 pounds.
Cool.
Wow.
I was an over 300-pound guy.
So do you drink kombucha?
That shit tastes terrible.
Okay, now,
You haven't
No,
found the
I-
right
I'm
flavor.
gonna
Okay.
say this. I've had a kombucha smoothie, a raspberry kombucha smoothie. That was delicious. So I'm just
Okay,
gonna say,
you have to
not
find
all kombucha tastes like vinegar.
Oh no,
all
you gotta find the right
kombucha. Yeah,
flavors.
all
Yeah.
kombucha is not created equal. You need to
Yes,
find the flavor you like.
yeah.
And there will be one out there, but do not think it's going to be pop. It's not syrup, guys.
No.
You're not drinking sugar. You're changing your diet, and sometimes, just like things have to be an acquired taste, you kind of got to get used to healthier things. Just like you got to get used to trying fruits and vegetables and eat a little bit more raw vegetables or raw fruit, right?
Raw fruit has saved my life. I'm telling you,
Really?
because it's the only sugar.
Wow.
I can't have sugar. It's the only sugar I get is from fruit. So I do those whole fruit smoothies where I'll take fruit and I'll section it up and then freeze it. And then I throw it in the blender frozen, add coconut milk, and then add orange juice and then blend it all up into a smoothie. Man, that shit has saved my life, man. I'm telling you. It's not only is it delicious, but it's good. Really good for you.
Good to know. You know what? And I've been thinking about wanting to try that, and that would be maybe something that would be a nice dessert at night
Yes,
instead
that's
of
what I
like,
do.
yeah,
Yes,
like at
after
night it
dinner
would be
treat. 'Cause
something good.
after
Yeah.
dinner,
And
I
throw some
always want something sweet.
cannabis edibles in there, maybe a little
You
bit
could.
of
You
RSO
could.
if you had
Oh,
some,
hell,
or
easy tincture.
I have coconut oil.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
easy.
Oh, speaking of which, I have an episode coming up. It's going to be coming up in the near future, and it's going to be for the love of science. It's going to be the name of it. And I'm going to have JR. I'm going to dare him to do something. He doesn't know this yet. I'm calling you out, JR, for the love of science. Ah, surprise, surprise. I'm going to tell you. And you guys are going to love the episode, and you're going to want to be here live for that one. Okay. So make sure you hit the thumbs up, or not. You don't have to thumbs up. Make sure you hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, you can't be here live. Okay. That's the point of it. Terribly live. Okay. Sorry. How to get that in your head. So don't forget to hit that bell, because we love to hang out with you guys, and we really want to get to know more of you in the chat. That's the point of this, right, JR? And hi.
Right. I was just agreeing with something that someone's. How come I don't have a wrench?
Oh, you don't have one? Shit. Well, I guess you're not important enough.
I'm
You
not
guys,
important.
you gotta tell me these things. I try and do this moderating thing, and I try and run this thing, and I overlook a lot. So bear with me. Sorry, I'm not mad at you. And for some reason, Bingo has always had a wrench, and he came in without a wrench today. So you know what? You
Hold
two,
on, guys. Hold
oh,
on.
watch out! Yeah, we'll just mute you. Where did I mute? I tried to mute you.
That's my alarm.
There, I just muted you for a minute there, JR. So
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
Bingo. So yeah, for some reason he came in tonight and he didn't have a wrench. And YouTube is changing some stuff. So there's some weird stuff going on in YouTube. You'll probably recognize some people going out, not doing stuff. Yeah, everything. Okay, yeah, okay. Wait, we had a question in chat. Back to that just a minute, CJ. Hold on. Back to a question we had in chat, and your boy, thank you, my man, for answering that question. You can always do that for me. There was a question Hustle King had about because of the variegated plant. Okay, we have heard some weird issues, right? People are spreading knowledge on Instagram, I think, that it was supposed to be some fungus or some bacteria or something if a plant has a variegated leaf. I think the verdict's out on that, guys. What do you guys think? I honestly don't know, Hustle King, so I'm not going to claim to know. Maybe JR might know a little bit more than I do, or maybe some plant botanist out there. That's a stupid name. Is that even what it's called? I don't know. Maybe someone out there that really knows this answer and wants to tell me about it and wants to tell a show about it. I'd love for you to share that, because I honestly want this to be a house plant.
Ooh.
I hope it stays variegated. I love it. Just like the variegated poinsettias, right? Why not a variegated house plant right here? And it flowers. Ooh, smells pretty. Yeah, why not? What do you
Why
think?
not? I'd do it.
Do it.
Yeah, you know, I never
Think,
thought of
think
that.
of that behind me. If it was variegated, that'd be cool.
God, wouldn't that be pretty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, if someone has some pollen out there for a variegated plant, and somehow I was to get that, and I could pollinate this right now, we could have seeds. So just throwing that out there because I think someone mentioned something in the chat. Cannabis, you can contact me on cannabis. It'd be a good way to contact people to get pollen, by the way.
Do it. I dare you.
Woo! Yeah! Reach out, cannabis. Okay,
Oh,
guys. Well, I think we've kept this audience long enough, and I know JR, your leg was bothering you the other night.
Yeah,
You've got
I
some
gotta
issues, and we
get
need to
moving,
get off
dude.
this thing. Yeah, I think we've kept everybody long enough in chat. So hey, we reach out to us. We have lots of ideas on this Halloween party coming up. Please reach out to us on Cannabis. We're going to be having some giveaways come out. Definitely going to be giving away one of these minis right here. Definitely. And I know that I have an herb vape coming to me from my friend Nash. He donated a herb vape. And instead of giving it out on my channel, I'm going to give it out on the party in the name of Cannabis. So I'm going to also donate that personally. And I got some other shit that I can probably donate around here. So I have lots of stuff. So we're going to make a list and yeah, throw that out to you guys. JR, would you like to say anything before we leave?
No, I just appreciate everyone and sign up for Cannabis. Look for our Halloween giveaway. I'm excited to give away some genetics. I got a box full of goodies, guys. I got a box full of goodies.
Fun.
Woo! Hi. What would you like to say before we go?
I don't have a whole lot to say other than thanks all for stopping by and be kind to one another.
Yeah,
And
do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm down.
Aw.
Growers love. Growers love. You know what I mean?
Ah,
I've never been able to get into this heart thing.
I like it's the third eye, man.
It's the third eye.
The third eye.
It's the third eye. Thank you, Vision Creator, for that third eye. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And I do love all your comments. I do appreciate it. I do read them all. I might not always comment, but I try to get back to you. And we're also on Instagram. Please follow us there. The cool thing about Cannabis is you can link your Instagram and YouTube to it. It can be your bulletin board. So I just want everybody to get there because I don't want you to be deleted because Instagram, you never know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to go with it. We don't know what's going to happen with YouTube. So at least that's a place to reach out. So it's a message that I'm going to be shooting strong to you all. And I really want to unite this community. And one way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have a Halloween party. And I really hope you all can join me. I can have up to 50 people on here. Or I can have 100, actually. I doubt we'll have that many. But hey, I would love to have you out and come and show us your costume and give you a prize. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Peace, love, happy health. Bye.